What is up, everybody? Mikey there, Panzernator here with Dapeeks
Hello?
and our beginners tutorial series. And I mean, we were kind of discussing. We've pretty much done most of the basics. So, what would you have left to do in a German playthrough? Well, you have to take out the UK. So you need to do an Operation Sea Lion. America's probably going to get involved. So you have to take out the United States eventually. And it's all it's inevitable that we would go to the war with the Soviets. The war with the Soviet Union, fairly straightforward. There's some stuff that helps, but as long as you don't get Normandied or anything, you should be fine pushing back the Soviets, and also not doing dumb stuff like sitting outside of Moscow. You can attack throughout the winter. It hurts, but it's not a game changer. The Operation Sea Lion is a little more tricky. I'll probably do a separate video about that. Maybe I'll use this save, but basically you have a couple options. Either drop paratroopers onto a port, or you have to do some kind of crazy naval invasion. There's no great way to do it. You just basically have to keep trying stuff until it works. Really, it's just, being patient with your Navy, and, the Brits have 220 ships, you have 30. We have 30 right now, so there's that. And then invading America, I've done a video about that. You can check out my channel for other Hearts of Iron guides and tutorials. But basically what you have to do is retake Africa, and then launch from one of these ports in North Africa to the colonies in Brazil. Launch from there, in like Guyana and Suriname and all of that. Go from there to some random Caribbean islands, and then from there to Florida, and there's your foothold. But at this point the tutorial is more of just going through the motions than it is necessarily learning new stuff. So if you have questions for like specific topics or whatever, we can definitely cover those. But Dapeeks, what questions do you have, like in terms of basic mechanics, or like just what do you think? Do you think you can handle things for the most part now, or what do you think would be?
Yeah,
like,
I could probably handle it for the most. I mean, I'll need you as like a refresher every once in a while.
Yeah. So,
But I think we could definitely do a co-op game with two different nations.
so we'll probably do that. You'll probably actually see that before you're seeing this video. As of the time of recording this is going to be like 27, 24. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. It's going to be like in the mid 20s, and I've edited up through 11. So
We've done 24 of these.
this is, I can check right now. This is number 24. 24, basically 20-minute videos. So yeah, pretty much all we have left really is kind of more advanced stuff, or just more generic nitpick, not generic, but more opposite of generic, like more specific things. Like there's like dealing with puppets and the Reichskommissarats, which are basically puppets. There's some decisions like recruiting SS forces, foreign SS people. There's more generic stuff, but in terms of beginner things, I mean, we pretty much have everything, in terms of naval invasions, land combat, what to do with your air force, kind of just how to go through your national focuses and plan your nation from there. So I think we've I don't know. I think I've done a decent enough job.
Yeah, I've got to say, with the first like 3 or 4 episodes, I told them after we recorded them, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this. It just seems so intimidating. But yeah, if some guy as stupid as me can figure it out, it's really not nearly as bad once you start playing.
Yeah. So I like to tell a story. Well, I don't like to tell the story, but there is the story. So I first got Hearts of Iron whenever it came out, like early 20 or mid 2016, whenever it was, a couple of years ago. I'm like, I can do this. I'm gonna be Hitler, and I'm not gonna die. And by this time I was long dead. Berlin was surrounded, and like the AI was just too like nice to finish me off. I'm like, okay, this is bad. I had to go like scouring YouTube to look for some good Let's Plays, because I'm gonna throw some shade right now. I'm not gonna name any names, but some of the more popular, larger YouTubers are not the best at the game. At least the ones I was watching at the time. I found a good guy, learned from him. He's a smaller channel, Praetorian Hijinks, although he doesn't exactly do all that much Hoi. I mean, he still does Hoi, but that was really the only game of his I liked. So be sure to go check him out. He has a good Let's Play style. I try and base mine off of his. Of course, watching my Let's Plays, I, of course, will comment or respond to comment. Soviet Union, okay, so there's still the Soviet Union thing. I'm just gonna pick random stuff. We're not necessarily gonna continue from here. We're going to probably either do a multiplayer game or a multiplayer stream of some sorts, where we do kind of two-player, like a co-op. Like you're interested. If I'm not mistaken, you did want to try at some point doing Kaiser Wilhelm's Germany, right? Bring
yeah,
up the Kaiser.
We can discuss the logistics of this off the
Yeah,
video.
no,
But
I mean, just going over some of the more fun, some of the the more reasonable but also more ambitious or more fun co-op ideas. Germany, Italy, in a historical sense, would be good. If you're gonna go the Kaiserreich path, maybe Germany and Austria-Hungary.
Yeah.
There's one where you flip Italy, but it's more of you assassinate Mussolini, and it's not, nearly as in-depth or goal-oriented as Austria-Hungary. You can do, communist Let's Play, so either Soviet Union and Communist China, who is currently, Mao Zedong is a footnote in a history book and not a historical figure. France can flip communist, so, you can do a Soviet Union French Commune, France, UK, anyone in America, Japan, there are a bunch of different options you can do, but we'll pick something fun. I kind of do like the idea of Austria-Hungary and Germany, but yeah, so if you have like questions about more specific things or specific tasks, like some of the ones that people struggle the most with are invading the United States, which I've already covered in a video, invading Japan, which I will cover at some point. I was working on that, then Waking the Tiger came out, and didn't really change a whole lot, but kind of threw me off track there. And then also invading the UK. All of us know how to do D-Day. It's a lot easier to do D-Day than it is to do Sea Lion, because it's easier to, you are having naval superiority and all that. But yeah, well, let me know what any topics you have, or any topics you would like to see made into their own, like, more specific videos. I also would like to do, and might start working on, kind of a generic tips for all of the major countries, like things that you can do, or how to play your country's strengths and weaknesses.
Just rip off my warships video
okay,
idea.
It's not just warships. It's more of
you just like sort of like took the idea and like did some voodoo to it, made it holy.
Look, everyone has had an idea, just not everyone's as how do I say this without sounding like a cocky
visionary?
Asshole? I have a different take on how to present things than others. Let's put it that way. So,
okay.
So things like, hey, I'm the Soviet Union, how to not die to Germany, or the UK is probably a more challenging one, because you have the Navy and the Air Force, but managing your colonies and using them to win is one thing. France, don't let them get around the Maginot, expand it. America has some quirks to it. All the Commonwealth countries have quirks to it. Italy's fairly straightforward, aside you're not as powerful, but you're more balanced, apparently.
Don't give away all your secrets before your video.
No, of course. But just well, this is more just a question to the people. What do y'all want to see? What questions do you have in terms of playing things? Because I know I might have gone over some things. Of course, watching Let's Plays, especially watching my Let's Plays, is a great way to learn because I kind of I do my best to explain everything as I go through it. Like, okay, you can see how I handle some pretty rough situations. Like my Japan Let's Play was tough because I had a bunch of troops. I lost tons of divisions trying to invade China, and how I overcame that. Well, go check out that series. It's quite a fun game, quite a fun playthrough. But watching Let's Plays and playing yourself is the only real way to develop a depth of knowledge about the game. But by watching, you've made your way through this guide. You should know the basics to where you can. I taught you how to dribble and shoot. Now you have to figure out how to play. Be a good basketball player type of deal. You can drive, chip, and putt. Now you got to learn the course for yourself type of deal. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll kind of leave that right here. Do you want me to send you this save file or I can post this save file maybe? I'll send it to you or do something. And what just happened?
It doesn't matter. We're done.
It doesn't matter. We're done. But anyways, hope y'all all enjoy this beginner series. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to spread knowledge of how to fight wars good by Panzernator. So, well, any closing remarks from you?
Watch the videos.
That's right. Watch the videos. And again, one thing that we mentioned at the beginning and kind of is interesting to remember, if you turn historical AI focuses off, a bunch of weird shit can happen. And if you ask me, that's what makes this game fun. The danger that you can fall into is you become too good at this game and you just fall into like, okay, this is boring, things go the same way every time. Turning historical AI focuses off, to me, is more entertaining than making the game harder. If you make the game harder, it just becomes harder to win in the tough situations, it just gets you frustrated. You turn historical AI focuses off and just everything goes bananas. Like, a random Commonwealth country will say, screw you, Britain, and go communist or fascist, or, just weird stuff will happen, and it makes the game fantastic. So, try out with that. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I hope this series was helpful for you. Dapeeks can, attest. Well, we'll see in some of our multiplayer stuff how much he learned or how helpful it was for him, but you think you learned something?
I learned something.
Yeah. Would you feel comfortable if I went to Mars tomorrow? Could you feel comfortable, being able to play the game and not get curb stomped? Like, could you?
I'm significantly less likely now.
Yeah.
But I won't get curb stomped. Maybe just kicked.
You'll put up a good fight.
Yeah.
So anyways, but that is it for this tutorial series. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. I find this is the good length. A lot of these Paradox games from tutorials I've made and I've watched, at the beginning there's a lot to get into, and then eventually, once you kind of, got your foothold, once the train's rolling, there's only a few things you need to handle here and there. The games aren't on cruise control. They're by no means, hands off at this point, but at the same time, there's you know what you need to do. So we'll end right here. We've rambled long enough, but you enjoyed this?
I did enjoy it.
You're ready to try something out on your own? Take the training wheels off.
Put on some this was the tricycle. Now we're going to training wheels.
All right. Well, we'll take what we can get from you. You trust me, you're better than you think you are. I can tell you that right now. All of you watching back home, y'all are much better than y'all think you are. You can play this game. Just leave comments if you have questions. if I'm streaming or whatever, just hop in and be like, yo, Panzer, help. And I got you. I got my people. I will take care of us. Take care of y'all. We big, they cannot stop us.
That's true. That's my senior quote, by the way, everybody who's watching.
We big, they can't stop us. Thanks for watching this guide. Hope it helped you out. If you did, please leave a like. Consider subscribing to the channel. Following me on Twitter. Check out my Patreon page. Thank you all so much for watching. And until the next one, this is Mikey Dare Panzernator and Dapeeks signing out. See you, nerds.
Bye.